Hello biology students, welcome back to another round of updates. I hope that this video finds you well and that you're continuing to navigate this new situation that we have around distance learning. Please know that you can always contact me via email or drop in during office hours to let me know how things are going. I'd love to hear from you and know that I miss you and I miss being in Garfield all the time. We're going to start with a round of updates to let you know some changes that are happening and how we're going to progress through the rest of the school year. All right, in the last week, we finished up our first full unit of distance learning, which was about the population ecology of orca in Puget Sound. And this was intended to originally have a project at the end of it that would help you make sense of everything you learned and how the orca are being impacted by human actions on land, and have you communicate solutions to a larger community. Because of the logistics around this and the complications, I had to cut that out. I wanted to make time so that we could have at least one more full unit. That was somewhat of an abrupt ending to that unit. And now we're going to start transitioning to our next unit about inheritance. This was also the first full distance learning unit that was implemented by Seattle schools. And I've been trying to adhere closely to their unit materials that have been developed by teachers all around the district so that we could continue to use their videos and benefit from this large collaboration that I've been part of this year. We're going to continue to use these materials, but I've tried and streamlined the process based on some feedback that I've gotten and also collaboration with other teachers that told me how difficult it was to get into some of the folders and find everything that you needed for that last unit. As we move into this next unit, it'll be about inheritance of a sickle cell anemia and how that trait can be passed down from generation to generation. The modifications that I've made to the unit are so that I can provide opportunities for students to receive much more timely feedback from myself and also be able to self-check your work, streamlining and prioritizing materials in the way that they're submitted, and better help you organize and a little bit with your time management so that we can learn how to learn from home a little bit more effectively. All right, so let's go ahead and get on to Schoology to see what this new unit's going to look like. You'll click on the Inheritance, Genetics, and Traits, and that'll bring you into the folder for each week's worth of materials. The biggest difference is that you'll see this playlist as the first page, and this is intended to give you an overview of the week's work, instructions, and really coordinate everything in one easy-to-find place. I recommend that you click on the Google Doc and download this playlist for yourself. That way you can modify it, you can check off things. Whenever you click on any of these Google links, it'll bring you to a view-only file. You'll want to go ahead and save that as making your own copy of it and put it in your own Google Drive. As you work through the lessons for the week, everything is linked in the instructions and in the checklist part of it. So you don't have to open up different folders. You don't have to try and locate where the worksheets are or where the assessments are. You should be able to navigate everything from here. Sometimes there will always be a link that'll bring you to a PowerPoint version of the lecture. We always recommend that you view this as you would a slideshow so that it makes the most sense and it's how a teacher would have showed it in class. You can also click on the SPS version, which is the YouTube that are presented by other teachers, as seen here in this example. Finally, when you're done with any of the schoolwork for the lesson, you can just click on the Dropbox or the forms in which you need to complete things, and that'll lead you directly to the location where you need to submit your work. If you're a student that doesn't use Google Drive, you can always click on the Documents folder and find the original versions, the Word files or the PDF files in each of these folders to access everything, as well as all of the links that were originally put on the playlist. Please email me if you find that any of the links are not corresponding to the work that you need or you're having trouble navigating. I know this new system can take a little while to get used to, but hopefully it streamlines everything. I hope you can see the work that we've put into streamlining this unit, and it makes it a little bit easier to navigate. Some of you may still be working on that population ecology unit. Go ahead and finish those lessons up quickly so that you can start on this new inheritance unit. I also want to take the opportunity just to reiterate the Seattle Schools grading policy during distance learning. Students are being asked to remain engaged in standard-based activities and learnings assigned by me and their other teachers at Garfield to whatever extent possible in order to receive an A. We, as teachers, also have the option to give incompletes to any students who do not engage in learning activities, although they had the ability to do so. I trust that you're engaging in these activities to the ability that you can. Please let me know if you're having trouble accessing any of the technology, any of the lessons, you're confused at what to do, or the content being covered. I'm here to help you and to support you so that you can receive an A this year. I'd also like to talk about due dates. The due dates for these lessons and the population ecology lessons are just there to provide you some structure and pace in your learning. They're not absolute requirements, and late work is going to be fully accepted until the end of the semester, which is on June 19th. I'll also give feedback on any late work that comes in, just to let you know how you're mastering the content and the skills that you're developing. If you're feeling overwhelmed, please reach out to me via Schoology, email, or any other method, including dropping in on office hours, just to communicate how the lessons are helping you during this time, or if you're feeling overwhelmed by them and you need to have modifications for you. Finally, just remember that office hours are every Tuesday and Thursday at 1 o'clock and 2 o'clock. If you would like to have office hours at a different time, you can email me and I can set something up, or I can adjust the office hours that we have. Please continue to take care of yourselves and your family. I know many of you are stepping up to take on additional responsibilities in your home, and it's a tough situation to be in. Take care of each other. We're in this for the long haul, and we're here to support each other too. Best.